What's up, traders? This is Hugh. In this video, I'm going to reveal the results of my backtesting on the trending outside bar trading strategy. So if you haven't seen it on my blog, you can head over to my blog. There's a link below, and you can check out the rules for this trading strategy. In this video, I want to show you the results of this backtest and hopefully give you an understanding of why it's important to backtest and why you need to really get some stats on your system. Okay, so in this strategy, it's a trending strategy, obviously. This is what I got. I tested 27 pairs, and it was over a period of about 16 years. Some pairs I only had data from 2010. Other pairs I had data from 2001. So I use as much data as possible, so I know that the system is robust as possible, right? I want a system that performs well in almost any market condition. And if you have seen backtests on the internet before, a lot of people just use like 2 or 3 months, and that's not a real backtest, right? That's not going to tell you anything. So this is what I've been backtesting, and this is manual backtesting. Remember, this is not automated backtesting, and manual backtesting is the most valuable activity that I've seen to help you become a better manual live trader. So let's dig into the results. So this is the entire portfolio. I've put this up on Trading Stats, and it does a good job of bringing all the data together from each one of my tests and giving me a final result. Okay, so over this period, my gain was 15.08%. Max drawdown was 0.3%, and as you can see, nice graph going up. And then it'll break it down by month and year. And then the other important stat is the profitability. So it had a 76% win rate, and shorts and longs had a pretty similar win rate. So there were almost 600 trades. So this is pretty good statistical. It's statistically significant, right? There's enough trades where you can draw a pretty good conclusion about how this system is going to work. So number one, I'm sure you're thinking, that's not a lot of money, and that's kind of crap actually. 15%, over 16 years. And yes, I would agree with you. However, keep in mind that this system only used a 1-to-1 risk-reward profit target. So although the results are not great on a long-term, from a long-term standpoint, and this was also traded on the daily chart too, right? So you're not going to get a whole lot of trades every month. So the important thing to remember here is that the win rate is really high. So it's at 76%, that's really, really good. And this is backtesting also. So in live trading, you probably won't get that high, but it'll still probably be in the 60 or so % range, right? Still really good for a trading system. And the drawdown is super low. So that, people blow out their accounts because they have too much drawdown, too much risk. And with that low of a drawdown, it can be, your chance of blowing out is almost zero, right? It just depends on how much you risk per trade. However, so these two things are a good step forward. Now from here, what's going to happen? I'm going to test, since this was only a 1-to-1 profit target, I'm going to test bigger profit targets, right? So that's one way that we can increase this gain and hopefully keep the max drawdown around, under 1%, which would be really nice. So this is the type of strategy that people trade if they're looking for, they're not looking for a lot of volatility in the portfolio. They're looking for small wins and steady performance, right? So that's pretty much the results of all 27 trades. Now, what happens? I'm sure you're thinking, what happens if you only take the best pairs, right? So I was wondering that also. So here's what happens when you do that. They have these stupid ads. Okay, so when I only took the best pairs, which I classified as having 15% or more than the average of all 27 pairs, this is what I got. So I got a 20% max drawdown of almost 0.5%, and see 267 trades and 81% profitability, however, and the shorts and longs were about the same, so no bias there. So again, 20% over 17 years, or 16 years, not too spectacular. However, again, low drawdown, gain was pretty high, and so it's promising. Again, I have to test better exits. Maybe I'm going to test a trailing 1 hour exit. I'm going to test a 2 hour exit, and I'm going to test a couple other things that could help increase the profitability. And keep in mind that although this isn't spectacular, this is the point where a lot of people give up on backtesting and they say, oh, this system sucks. It's going to make, let's look at the breakdown here. Every year, it's, at the best, it's going to make 2%. And then they give up on the strategy and they move on to something else. And that's how you get on the trading stylodrome, right? You go from system to system to system, and you never find something that works. Well, it's because you probably didn't dig into the system deep enough. How could you tweak it? How could you make it your own? How could you make it more profitable? And you should look at the good things about the system. Okay, so the system is reliable. It has a low drawdown, but it's just not too profitable. So ask yourself, okay, how could I boost that profitability, right? And if you go through those tests and you can't find anything that works, then that's the time when you should probably say, okay, maybe I should give up on this system. And for this system, you could also drop down to the 4 hour. This is only traded on the daily, right? So with the 4 hour, you might get more trades. Of course, your drawdown could go up also, but you could get more trades and possibly make more profit, right? So those are the things that you have to consider when testing a system. And that's why a lot of traders don't succeed. They don't get this far in testing it. They don't get this far in analyzing the results. They just give up, when they see 20% over 17 years. So I hope this motivates you to actually put in the work, do the testing, and see your results. And I would really love to hear from you. If you have tested something, then let me know. And if there's any pointers that I can give you or any help that I can give you, feel free to write a comment below, and I'll be happy to do that. And just one final breakdown that I did on this data. I also only looked at the majors. So if you think that, okay, maybe liquidity is an issue with the system, I only looked at the major pairs. And for that test, I got 18%. So it's not too bad, but it's pretty similar. But the drawdown was the highest with that. So going forward, looking at only the major pairs, might not be the best idea. Maybe I should look at the pairs that perform the best. And that's what this portfolio tells me, right, of backtesting. And 75% win rate, 75% across the board with 223 trades, which is pretty good. So that's the results of the test. I hope you found that helpful. In future videos, I'm going to go over other tests that I'm doing. And I really want these videos to show you that, this is the process behind successful trading. A lot of people watch YouTube videos and they think that, oh, this guy is a great trader. And, the person probably is a great trader. But the system that they're teaching you is their system and it works for them. But how do you make that system work for you? Or maybe you need to figure out that that system isn't for you at all. And how do you figure that out? And this is what I hope these videos will teach you, because this is the important part about trading. This is the key piece that a lot of courses and education leaves out. So I want to show you, some real data, some real results. And I hope that if you're really in this for the right reasons and you really do want to be a trader, then I hope this really helps you. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to get more backtesting results, subscribe to my channel. And I hope you found this helpful. And thanks for watching.